seat. Let's sit by. We'll dive deep where we can unwind. Talking life and dreams just to
Definitely changing again. Hope you're all doing fine, guys. I'm Snow from Snowcraft 40, and in today's video, it's a bit of a personal one. So, stay tuned, guys. Snowcraft, here we go.
welcome to the Snowcraft Show.
So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a personal one this time. And first of all, stay hydrated, because I forget to drink when I'm on here. So yeah, water's good. I've also got a cup of tea here. Tea. Yeah. So today's topic is autism and ADHD. Now, I want to talk about this in a very, how can I put it, in a way where everyone can understand it, understand the process of what I'm going through, and to assure you that honestly there's nothing to be scared of. If you have any of these traits that I'm about to talk about, don't worry. Honestly, don't stress about it. It's just you. It's, you know, it's just how you are. You're just wired different. That's all it is. So, enough of that stuff. So, yeah, about 4 years ago now, a much younger Snow went to my GP and asked them to put in for a ADHD examination for me because I had a lot going on at the time, and I just were getting confused about things, why we're acting like I were acting, why I couldn't feel certain emotions and stuff like that. It's just, and then the doctor thought, okay, we'll put in, we'll do it for you. So anyway, going back, when I was a child, I had no friends. Okay, well, one called Shazad Ali. He's the only person that I got on with at school. That was it. Nobody else. This was at first school. I was the kind of kid that were running round playground, up and down, round and round, just for sheer fun of it. That's, yeah, because I didn't want to integrate with anyone, okay? The kids found me strange. That's strange, where all they wanted to do was just give me that all the time, or a kick up the backside, or literally send me home with bruises from head to toe. That's what kids were like. I just thought it was normal to be beaten every day, and I couldn't understand why the kids were doing what they were doing. But like I say, me and Shazad got on. I was just happy running around playground, and there used to be a gate with a padlock on it. Well, this padlock, imagine a CB radio. That was my microphone, all right. That was mine and Shazad's microphone. And we were both a fan of Knight Rider. This is going back in the 80s, all right? We were both fans of Knight Rider. So I'd get on this microphone and say, Kit, we've got an issue, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I had a very, very vivid imagination when I was a kid. I could imagine stuff being in front of me, around me. I used to have imaginary friends. I would, yeah, my imagination, well, it would take it off. If it could leave me head and go into space, it bloody well would, honestly. Um, yeah, and that were first school. When I got into middle school, um, similar thing actually. I used to, because that school was pretty big and the outside grounds were absolutely huge. You could easily, if you wanted to run from front playground all the way down to back one and do the perimeter, you're talking a good mile easily. That's about 1.2 kilometres, something like that. Yeah, easily. And I'd be doing that, every day. And I had a couple of friends, John Smith, Wesley Edmondson, oh, Lisa Fiber, Dean Jackson. Oh man, that guy. Oh, he won't be actually best friend at school. Me and Dean got on like brothers. We were we were like brothers. We both cared for each other. If anything was wrong with one another, we'd both sit down and talk it out. That's kind of what we were like. We had a really good friendship. No, nothing funny going on like that. I know there's people going out going, it's no, okay. I just had a friend that I could confide in, and yeah, and we got on. Me and Dean, brilliant. Um, and rest of kids in middle school couldn't quite understand why me and Dean were so close because we used to get on. I couldn't get on with other kids because they were into video games, TV. What's the latest thing on TV? What's the latest video game? What's the latest console, PC? You know, that's what the kids like. Me and Dean were into music. I'm gonna shock a few people now. Queen, Freddie Mercury, Brian May. Yeah, we was into Queen, and I remember one day Dean brought his boombox, as they call them, into school. This is like 1994, 95. No, no, 94. 91, 92. And he had Queen tape in, I think, second album. And he just pressed play. Boom. Teacher went, yeah. That's what we were like. We were just into music and comics and. And then, yeah, sadly, he left. He had a lot of social issues going on in his private life. I'm not going to get into, but yeah, he lived pretty close to me, and I used to meet him. To walk to school together. I miss that guy, but yeah, he moved on to Leeds, where he is now. I don't know. Um, yeah, brilliant guy. And then he left, and then that were it. I had nobody basically. I were on my own. So yeah, I just self isolated a bit and did what I did. Then moving on to high school, I had, oh, no, just before I did that, there was Martin Blakely and Rory, and I used to get on with them too as well. Yeah, when Dean left, then I just started hanging out with Martin because he would always stood near underground playground, near steps to underground playground, and he would always stood there with a smile on his face. He was calling him Smiler because yeah, he was always having a laugh, and yeah, and we got on. I went to his house a couple of times actually, Martin's, and yeah, anyway, going back to high school, uh, that's when things really started. I couldn't grasp the lessons properly, okay, because first school, middle school, I was having extra tuition. Doesn't sound right, does it? So, writing, reading, stuff like that. Even though I could read and, you know, try to teach me to write one word. Now I learned myself in the end. Um, reading were alright, but just, yeah, maths, brilliant, honestly. But because I had no tuition there, I struggled, really struggled. Barely wrote because writing was a mess. Nobody wanted to give a damn. Teachers didn't give a damn. Just struggled with it. I had a friend, Craig O'Shea. He was a good laugh, and we just used to have a laugh in class. Balls to work. We just used to have a laugh to take piss out of the teachers and stuff, you know. Um, I just really struggled with it. Yeah, so I just sit there, struggle my way through, and kids would do something, and yeah, just lash out. That was my way of dealing with it. I had one friend there. Turned out in later life, he wasn't my friend. No, he wasn't. I spoke to him a few years ago and made up a load of allegations and yeah, a load of crap. Me and him, I basically told him to F off and not spoke to him for about 10 years. I'm easier doing that, just not talking to people. So, yeah, they were forever telling him to do stuff and he'd do it, and I just blow a fuse and that's it. It were the tables flowing. Yeah, they were flowing, yeah, one after the other. Tables learning to fly, chairs flying around, books, whatever I could find will get lobbed. Walls learnt to have holes in them. Um, yeah, my hands are pretty messed up now. You know, that's where it does to you. Stop punching walls, guys. It buggers your fans up. Um, yeah, and I just struggled with it. I couldn't, you know, it got to a stage where Craig left. Most of the guys that left, because I went on to college, sixth form college. The guys left. More, the friends I did have left. Try and get it out first time snow, next time, yeah. um, yeah, they left, and I was just basically left on my own with idiots, and there you are. It was just me having meltdowns all the time, turning a drink, and then I couldn't understand why they were, wanting to go against me all the time. Couldn't understand that. So drink took over. Yeah, drunk at school's fun. It's not. Don't do it. People just don't. You've only got one liver, okay? Um, yeah, it just took over my life basically, and then yeah, I ended up things just ended up going down big time to the point where I just thought, stuff this, I need out. I knew something wrong. I couldn't figure out what it was. I was feeling suicidal all the time. Um, my first attempt actually was while I was at that school. I just couldn't do my life, even though it was just a typical school kid dealing with school things, I could not handle it. I could not process my thoughts, my feelings. I just couldn't do it. And I was one messed up kid. So anyway, I left that school. I resigned. You can resign school, Yeah. Well, you could back then. Legally, I don't know if you can now, but back in 90s when I left school, um, you could resign, and I did that. But because I was living at home with mum and dad, uh, they wouldn't see me, sat about doing out, so I had to find a job. And I literally did that. And I met my current wife, Mrs. Snow, there. Yeah, that was going back some nearly 25, 30 years ago. Yeah, and that place went wrong big time. I'm not going to get to why. Um, and then every other job after that is just losing my rag basically and walking out. Get told to do something, disagree with it, and end up in a slugging match, and then that's it. I'm out that door. Normally me walking out because I just didn't do with the rules. I mean, talk about common sense. If these rules wasn't common sense, then I would not comply, and that would it. I'll just leave. Yeah, and that's how it was basically, more or less throughout my working life. Got to Johnson and Aitken, things kind of settled down, but I ended up having a nervous breakdown, uh, just because the staff was absolute idiots. There was one guy worked there. He was cool. He had his own issues. I won't talk about him here, but he had a lot of his own issues, and he had a short fuse, and you knew if you got on the wrong side of him. Likewise with me. Somebody pushed me to edge, you'd know it. And one of the guys did find out, and he ended up getting talking to by manager because I just explained I can't do this guy, So yeah, I ended up having a nervous breakdown at that place and left there. Then went to work at in Manchester. Got my snowboarding things. Became a qualified ski fit and snowboard fit technician, and then yeah, went on from there. Did 3 years there. I loved that job, but my body couldn't deal with it. The physical stress, because it is a demanding job. you're running about all the time, picking people up and stuff like that. It's just, my body couldn't handle it. And yeah, and then I ended up, something happened, and then that was it. I just thought, so anyway, 4 years ago, I went to my GP because something happened, and I felt absolutely empty inside. I can't describe it. Don't ask me. I just cannot describe the feeling that I was feeling because it it confused me. I was doing a lot of stupid things, and I just thought, I need help here. So I went to my GP, and they said, well, the first thing is you're in the right place because you know you need help. You've realised, you know, yourself that you're in difficulty and you need help understanding a few things. So they put me in touch with mental psychology, and we all decided that the ADHD testing diagnosis is the way to go. So yeah, filled all the forms in, questionnaire in. How did he get on at school? How did he get on at home? What did you think about food? I'll come my one of questions in a bit. Filled all that in, and then yeah, last Thursday I had an appointment, online appointment with somebody at mental psychology, and yeah, we had a good chat, and I kept losing my train of thought like I do here, and yeah, just talk for an hour and answer questions, and one of the questions were food. Are you a fussy eater? Yeah, I don't like chips. Okay. If you're listening to this in America, um, what I mean by chips is potatoes sliced up, yeah, into like long rectangular sticks. So look like look like a pen, really. You we call them chips here. Or fries. Yeah, you got McDonald's fries, right? Well, I don't like chips, but I like potatoes. Yeah, I don't like sprouts, but I like them mashed. Um, Strawberries. I like strawberry yogurt, but I don't like the bloody taste of them. I don't like the look of them. It's just the hairs, the texture. You know, one of the questions were, um, with food, does texture, taste, or smell put you off? Yeah, true, right. I can't do with strawberries. I like the smell of them. I like the taste of them. I just don't like the bloody look of them. Same with kiwi fruit. I like the look of them because they're green, but I wouldn't eat one because they're hairy. Yeah, I tell you, my flipping it's weird. Oranges I can eat, clementines, but I can't eat the whole, your big bleh, acidic orange with all bits inside. I can't do with that. Um, so yeah, I'm a funny eater, and then I think the person that I was talking to knew I was struggling, struggling with train of thought, concentration, stuff like that. Um, So that went on for an hour, and then I got an email back a few days later saying, "Hey, thanks for attending the online interview. We want to invite you to our in-house diagnosis session on Thursday." So that's tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. That's 2 days' time. Because I'm recording this on Tuesday, 14th, 14th of July. So yeah, there was that. And then I get another email a bit later. Oh, we also want to test you for autism as well, because we've noticed one or two things going on. I'm like, oh, okay. Please sign consent forms, blah blah blah. So I did, and it looks like, guys, I'm gonna get tested for autism as well. So yeah, I've got a lot going on. Why am I doing this? Why at 46 do I want to go through this process? You know, but there's a lot of thing going on in UK, all over the world. People getting tested for autism and ADHD because it's just become a thing now, where, oh, I can make money from this. Some people generally do that. I'm not saying not everyone does that. Sorry, I'm saying not everyone does that, but some people do. They just milk it, you know. Why am I doing it? Because I want to know why I can't process my emotions properly. Okay, at 46, I still don't feel joy or happiness. I can be on my snowboard, laughing my head off, and then, when I get home after a good 3 hour session or something on slot, I'm wanting to literally eat something, because I don't understand why. Why have I gone from to sheer, you could call it happiness, you could call it joy, from up there and then boom, right back down, I just can't process what I'm feeling. Uh, my, my bodily functions just go all crazy. Uh, yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Plus, it's just, I mean, it's not going to change my life one jot. All right, I'll say that now. It's not going to change me. I'm still going to be making videos on here, talking about random stuff. It's just to know if I am or not. Yeah, that will explain to me why the heck I was like a wall when I was a kid, not getting on with kids, not being able to fit in. Even my own family, uh, it was a story with me cousin's birthday, and my family's quite a big family. Actually, it's quite an extended family. I don't have anything to do with them, unfortunately, because I just don't. They think I'm weird, so there you go. It was a birthday. I can't remember whose it was, but it was somebody's birthday, and I was in kitchen with the adults. They were talking technical stuff, cars breaking down, something like that. And I was sat listening. I stood listening, drinking pop at the time. Kids, they were in the living room, doing kid things. And then my auntie went in with birthday cake, all right? Now, you tell me, guys, and answer me this in comments, right? Please answer me in comments, right? You've been invited to a birthday party, yeah. Would you join in, or would you just stay away, stay with adults? Because that's what I did. Eventually, I got pushed in the living room by my auntie, saying, "They're blowing candles out now, get involved in it." I'm like, I don't want to. And then when I finally did get in there, we're like, "Oh, it's here." Like that. No. Like that. Yeah. I know. Like that, It were respect. Come on. No. I mean, a few people now are going to say, "Oh, you didn't show your cousin respect." But they didn't show me it either. I just wanted to be left alone. Just being there should have been enough, but no. Uh, yeah, that's what I was like. I wouldn't get involved. I was always wanting to be in the back room, in the kitchen, wherever, just not being in front of people, you know, being the attention, being centre of attention. Because I couldn't sit still. Like now, I can't sit still. Just being centre of attention. I can't do with that. Yeah, so that's, would you have done the same thing? Would you have got involved with it? Let me know. Uh, so yeah, I'm going through all this process and see where we go from there. I shall keep you guys informed. I'll show you some of the emails I've got at the end of this video. I'll post them up. I'll have a bit of music going on and post them up there so you can read them. But yeah, this is where we're at. So I've been going on half an hour or so. So what I want to say to you now is, if you're an adult with a child that's not getting on in school, having trouble making friends, not doing good with schoolwork, struggling to grasp, you know, just struggling to grasp things and understand things. Yeah. Just have a think, you know. There's nothing wrong with having ADHD or autism. But believe me, the younger you are, the easier it is to get diagnosed. Um, just for your own peace of mind, I just want to know. I don't want to make any money. I don't want money. I just want peace of mind. Am I or not? If not, then this is me. This is just a normal thing to, isolate myself and that. But, if it comes down to, yeah, you're autistic, you've got ADHD as well, boom, or just ADHD, then fine, It explains to me why I was like I was at school, why I was like not joining in parties, why I was losing my rag at work, at school, throwing tables and chairs about, having a short fuse I had. It just explains everything to me. So that's if you're an adult, okay? and a child that's going through similar experiences to what I have. Not everyone's the same, but there's traits there, and yeah, just beware. Um, for you younger ones out there, if you feel like you don't belong in school, uh, you can't get on with people, you prefer to isolate yourself, you struggle to understand. My nose is itching. Pollen, yeah. You find it hard to understand directions, rules, conform to things. Um, you can't understand why you feel like you do. You get confused about feelings and get overwhelmed with stuff. You get anxious, have panic attacks. Um, then, maybe have a word with your parent or guardians. Just say, look, I'm going through this. Um, can I talk to you? And the best thing you can do is talk to your parents or guardians. Let them try and understand what you're going through. It's not easy. I couldn't talk to my parents because basically my dad were working constantly and my mum was in kitchen, and I'm not being, you know, stereotypical or like that. This is how it was. My mum used to cook, clean, and all that lot, and my dad used to go to work. That was kind of upbringing I had. So I couldn't talk to my dad. I couldn't talk to my mum because she wasn't interested, and yeah, so I was on my own with it. But try and talk to your parents, get them to understand. Like I say, it's not easy getting the words out, thinking, getting your emotions in check, but try. Um, you're not on your own, trust me. There's a load of adults and people your age with ADHD and autism. You are not on your own. Somebody in the street might have ADHD and be autistic. You won't know that just by looking at them. You won't know that by just talking to them. You have to be with them 24 hours a day to start, watching the body language, watching how they deal with things, yeah, handle things. Then you get to know, you'll get to know them. So yeah, don't worry about it. You're not normal because there's no such thing as normal. Okay, throw a lot out window. You're just being you. Yeah, you just being you. You're just wired differently. That's all it is. You understand things differently to everyone else. Um, yeah, you just understand things differently. You process things differently. If they see you as weird, fine, you're weird. I keep saying I'm a weirdo all the time because I act weird, but I act weird. But there you are. People. I just ignore people most of the time anyway because I just can't deal with people. But yeah, just don't worry. Yeah, you're not on your own. There's always somebody out there that will listen to you and will help you. And then if you want to get diagnosed later in life, um, then I'd I'd do it. You know, I'm not saying do it just for the sake of doing it. do it for your own peace of mind, then it'll help you understand you, the way you are, the way you deal with things, the way you process things, and the way you process emotions and deal with emotions, you know. Yeah. So, gone on 40 minutes. That's what I'm doing currently. That is why, if you've been waiting for my latest Forever World Minecraft video, that's why I haven't been doing it for a bit, because one, it's been too hot in this room that I'm in. Two, I've just been tied up with going places, like not tomorrow, but Thursday. I'm literally up at Ormfirth to go through the physical diagnostic process. So, in person, I've done the video call, but now is where I'm going to feel uncomfortable actually sat in front of somebody talking to them. That's a challenging bit for me, and that's what they want you to do, to see, you know, put you in, take you out of your comfort zone, basically. So yeah, for the next few weeks or so, I'm a bit tied up, but I will have a Forever World update coming, hopefully. If it isn't by this weekend, it'll be definitely next weekend, because I know I'm aware and I want to get something out for you guys to watch while I'm aware. But yeah, I'm going to edit this video in a bit and hopefully get it up there. So yeah, that is where I'm currently at the moment. So I'm going to leave you with that, what I've just said. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, please do in the comment section. If there's something you didn't understand, yeah, also please drop a comment in there and I'll answer it. I'll try and answer it. If you are one of my Discord buddies and you've got one or two questions in your head and you want to ask me privately, fire away, ask me on there. But yeah, that's what's happening with me. So I have been Snow for Snowcraft 40, and more videos will follow soon. The next one will be Minecraft Forever World. Yeah. Also, you have been watching a Snowy short film production for Snowcraft 40. I've always wanted to say that, I don't know why. So anyway, guys, I'll keep you updated as well. So I think there's only going to be 2 or 3 episodes coming up on my journey through autism and that. So stay posted, guys. I'll keep you posted. If you want to know more of what I'm going through here, my journey, learning about autism and ADHD, please subscribe. It's free at YouTube at Snowcraft.40. If you like this video, give it a like. If it's helpful in any way, then yeah, glad to help. And yeah, see you soon, guys, in a future video. Snowcraft, over and out. Bye. I did this such a video thing. Bye, guys. Ugh.
We'll see. Let's buy. We'll dive deep where we can unwind. Talking life and dreams, just you and I. No judgments here, just the truth we find. It's the Snowcast flow, where the stories unfold. Pour a drink, feel the beat. Let the magic take hold. Welcome to the Snowcraft Show.